What up, guys? So with the coming of the pre-patch for the Legion expansion, I thought that it would be a good idea to explain the various specs or specializations of all the classes, having most of them 3, while the druid is the special one who has 4. So I thought that it would be a nice idea to analyze the talents of the specs and brief them out and brief them or actually describe them at least a little bit and show them, so that I don't know, so that I can make some overview. Not that some other dude hasn't already done that, but I thought that I think that it is a good opportunity to show some content. So let's load on my main here, and let's see what can I do with those specs, and how they changed or not, and let's see about. So I haven't played on Mage here yet. I've logged on Shaman, DK, Rogue, Paladin, and so on. Even sorted some of the buttons, but on Mage it's completely new or unaltered since the patch, because I've lost the opportunity to make gold from the garrisons and the trade posts, etc. Everything was wiped clean. There's no more way to earn gold from your garrison, so it's completely obsolete now, gold wise. So let's see what can I do in the various aspects of the mage, and where we'll be arguing or discussing what. Okay, so my UI, my interface isn't the best right now, so but I think it's still quite capable of it is still capable of withstanding what I want to show, right? So we'll stand right here and we'll analyze briefly what the spec of the mage does one by one. So we have here Arcane. Arcane is basically a spec where you can it's a direct damage spec where you optimize your damage output through the most mana that you have. That's the mastery. So here we'll start by, so we only have 2 specs. We lost, there are no more glyphs, and then we have the talents, and only the talents, which I'll be analyzing here because the other talents aren't available. So we'll work on that just a little longer, a little later. So we have the primary nuke, which is Arcane Blast. We have then Arcane Missiles, and then we have Arcane Barrage. So what does this do? Casting Arcane Barrage, as you we've lost the buffs also. There's no Dawara Brilliance, there's no buffs now. Why? I don't know. So when you're Arcane, it looks like you have already the greater invisibility spec. There's no choice. It's once you're Arcane, you get greater invisibility instead of the invisibility that I imagine that the other specs have. So this one goes right here. So let's see here. There's a new Mental Shaman here, no problem. So what the Arcane Mage does is simply you cast Arcane Blast, and you earn the supposedly, I don't know where they appear now, and you earn the Arcane Charges, which it doesn't appear on my UI right now, I'm sorry. So you get the Arcane Charges, and they they increase the damage you deal, but they also increase the cost of the Arcane Blast. So now they also increase the damage of Arcane Missiles, and then I have to damp the Arcane Charges by using Arcane Barrage, which also has its damage increased by the Arcane Charges that I have. So, and then to increase before evocation, increase the mana that evocation that I earned with evocation. That's right. So the evocation that the mana that I earned while casting evocation changed by the amount of the arcane charges that I have. Now it's simply earned mana, right? 2 minutes. Yeah. I only had one arcane charge, but there's the full mana. So we have then we have the offensive cooldown. For 10 seconds you deal 30% more spell damage and your spells cost 3% less mana. Before it was less percentage of more spell damage, and the spells even cost more mana, not less mana. So this is kinda clunky because I'm already without MP and I still have evocation on cooldown, so that kinda sucks. Perhaps I'm missing some of the talents, key talents, which we will be reviewing as of now, because that's just this. Arcane Mage has four spells of damage. 2 right here. 3 right here. One is only proccable. It's on a proc, so it says that there's a chance of it activating, and then you can use it. And then you have Arcane Explosion, which is which already has its cost increased by 100% per mana per arcane charge. So, and the damage as well. So, all right. I guess I covered it up quite quickly. So before we can, I have the shimmer displacement. So when I blink, I can use shimmer to appear when I blinked on the original position. So that's another core ability of the arcane. So now we will be reviewing each of the talents of the arcane mage. And so we have Arcane Familiar, which I don't know really what it does. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And it doesn't, it's not attackable, so I believe it does attack. It increases mana and it deals damage. 2k, 2.5k. Oh, it can crit, 5k. Okay, good. I believe the others do not require for me to select them. So Presence of Mind causes your next 2 arcane blasts to be instant cast. Before it was any spell below 10 seconds of casting, which were the portals, base cast. And now it's simply 2 arcane blasts, I'm sorry. Not really worth it in my opinion for PvE. And perhaps not even worth it on PvP, or perhaps they're the most worth it in PvP. The Presence of Mind, so you can cast spells when you are getting nuked or chased. So then we have Words of Power, which grants a 1% chance to trigger arcane missiles per 20% of your mana you have unspent. So I'm not really sure. Perhaps this is good for PvE because as you've seen before, the arcane mage mana goes away quite fast. So this is a way that you can save some mana by having the procs of arcane missiles. So perhaps this is the most indicated for raiding and such. So then we have Shimmer, which is teleports you 20 yards forward unless something is in the way. Oh, replaces blink. Oh, and it has 2 chargers, so I'll choose this one. Just it says shimmer now. Okay, good. And then I can, and I appear on the last blink. Okay, so this is quite ridiculous movement, I believe. But then again, you have Cauterize, which was already let's just see. Fatal damage instead brings you to 35% and then burns you up for 28%. I never liked Cauterize, to be honest, and increases movement speed, and while burning movement soul effects are suppressed. Okay, so you are unaffected by slows, and you gain even more speed. Not really an option for me. I don't like it, even in raiding, to be exact. I prefer Ice Block. Ice Block now has 2 charges, and also heals you for 3% of your maximum health every 1 second. So they added the glyph of regenerative ice, which did probably the same within the talent. Then we have mirror image, which is the same. It creates 3 mirror images who attack your enemies. Rune of Power, press a Rune of Power on the ground for 10 seconds. For 10 seconds, which increase your spell damage by 50% while you stand within 8 yards, max 2 charges. It has a cast time. I never liked it. Heavy movement fights, you are simply, you don't have the time. So, but now there is a 50% damage increase, which I really don't know if it's good or not. Oh, and you can't select now the area where you want it, as it was before. I believe I never used Rune of Power in Warlords, so I really don't know if it's worth it. I don't like it. I prefer the most either Mirror Image or Encounter's Flow. Magical energy flows through you while combat, building up to the... Oh, it's the same. It hasn't changed. It's the passive one. The less buttons, the better, I believe. Perhaps on heavy, when you need to concentrate your DPS on boss fights, perhaps this is the best. Or even in arenas. I don't know if you're crazy. Where you are not getting, I don't know who the hell doesn't chase a mage. You can see on my previous videos who the hell doesn't chase a mage. I mean a caster. I'm sorry, I only played on Resto Shaman on the movies, on the videos. So, but here I simply choose Encounter's Fall. It's passive. Perhaps on PvP I'll choose Mirror Image, but Encounter's Fall is pretty good, I believe, for the PvE environment. So then we have Supernova, which is the it is the same effect of the previous. It deals damage. Primary enemy target will take 100% increased damage, and then the others dealing. Oh, okay. To all enemies, and the primary it same effect. Supernova, same effect as the Warlords. Then we have Charged Up, instantly grants 4 arcane charges. I don't know if it's good. I believe this is would be mostly used on the PvP sequence. Imagine Presence of Mind, and then Charged Up. You can do 2 arcane charges with the at full power. That's what I would expect. And then we have Arcane Barrage, deals 25% increased damage per target it hits. So this is the Cleave talent, I believe. That's what I would choose for a Cleave fight, where I don't know, I have ads or multiple bosses. Perhaps that's the one I'd choose. Then we have Ice Flows, which is you use it and then you can cast a spell while moving. Same as the Warlords. Ring of Frost. Summons a Ring of Frost for 10 seconds. It's the same. Then we have Ice Ward. Oh, Frost Nova now has 2 charges. Oh, let's see. So Supernova and Frost Nova are different now. They changed before if you chose the talent, but now they're different spells. Alright, so that's good, I believe. Ice Walls, Ring of Frost, Ice Sword, two charges, okay. So next we have Nether Tempest. Place a Nether Tempest on the target, which deals limit to 1 target. Oh, damage increased by per arcane charge. Oh, to all enemies. Oh, good. In Mists of Pandaria, I never use Nether Tempest on Warlords. So in Mists of Pandaria, you had this is growing fast, right? So in Mists of Pandaria, there was a time where you had to click the Nether Tempest didn't have a limit, and now it's just 1 and it deals damage to every target. It also there was a time that it worked like this. I didn't know if it was spec with Glyph or not. I really don't remember. So then we have Unstable Magic, which is Arcane Blast has a 50% chance to explode on impact, dealing 50% additional damage to the target and all other enemies within 8 yards. Again, this is the passive talent. Pretty boring, I'd say. This one is good. Nether Tempest, I like that. And then on the final talent we have Erosion. Your attacks erode the target's resistance, increasing all damage the target takes from your arcane spells by 1%, stacking up to 8 times. After 3 seconds of not taking damage from your spells. Okay, so this is just a flat 8% increase on your damage passive wise. So I'll even chose this one or this one depending on the fight. If there are I don't know, this is actually math, but 8% perhaps it's better than this one, I believe. So this would be best used on while there are minions that you have to kill and so on, targets that you have to kill besides the boss. Otherwise erosion seems to be the way to go for single target. I don't know if Nether Tempest triggers Arcane Missiles or not, but if it does for PvP, perhaps it would be the best to choose from. So now we have Overpower, which increases arcane power by 2 seconds when you cast Arcane Missiles. Not really what I would like, but then again, combined with Words of Power for PvE, it could be quite great. Now quickening Arcane Blast, Arcane Missiles and Arcane Explosion also grant 2% haste for 6 seconds, stacking up to 100 times. What the? I need to change this. This effect is cleared when you cast Arcane Barrage. I have to see this with my own eyes. Let's see. Haste increased. I don't think I'll have let's just see. I'd like to know if haste also I won't have an MP for this. It's fun, but I won't have MP for this. I won't. I believe haste doesn't mind. Yeah, I won't have MP for this. Perhaps combined with Arcane Power, and even so, I don't know if it would matter. So on the final time we have Arcane Orb, which is an Arcane Orb. Once an Arcane Orb forward from your position, traveling up to 40 yards, dealing shitty arcane damage, so enemies hit pass through, grants 1 arcane mana. So this would be the best used on probably not arenas, but I'm not seeing the other effects, the other talents as such being worthy besides arcane orbit. Grants a charge, it goes on like this. It's the same as in Warlords, so there's really not much to it. So there's quite a couple of interesting talent choices here on Arcane from PvP and PvE. So this is going to be nice for Arcane, I believe. It's going to be crafty, and you can teleport and run away a little. So it's nice to have a mage that has movement a lot more compensated, at least as it seems right now. I don't know how this will play. I suck at PvP. I don't know how this will be, but Shimmer, and then you have Presence of Mind for arcane blasts, charged up for arcane charges. There's a lot of instant damage here. I believe it will be quite right. So I'll stop the video here, but I'll continue just right away for the next spec. So stay tuned for more. So I hope you liked it, and give it a thumbs up, or even subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I'm talking about here. So I'll see you soon.